The terminal displacement occurred exactly 1:20 a.m. in 0 seconds!
Ah, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, Doc, you disintegrated Einstein.
Calm down, Marty. I didn't disintegrate anything. The molecular structure of both Einstein and the car are completely intact.
Where the hell are they?
The appropriate question is, when the hell are they? You see, Einstein has just become the world's first time traveler. I sent him into the future. 1 minute into the future, to be exact. And precisely 1:21 a.m. in 0 seconds, we shall catch up with him at the time machine.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
You're listening to Foundations for Founders, a podcast about startups and life and everything in between. Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Foundations for Founders. I'm Dan in Post Falls.
I am Angel in Seattle.
Hey man, another week. Yeah, right? Still in Seattle.
I'm still Angel in Seattle. That oddly hasn't changed since last time we addressed the nation.
No, but
Nope.
you are now Angel enjoying the nice weather in Seattle.
That's factually correct. It's gorgeous here.
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
telling me earlier that you went for a nice motorcycle ride.
I did, and then I did the same thing early this morning before everyone else got up. It was nice.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, it's good to be out. Out and about.
I had this morning the lovely joy of being woken up by my dog barking at the wall.
Excellent.
That was nice.
Did you change wallpapers overnight and it was startled, or
No, absolutely nothing happened.
was there anything on the wall like a threatening spider?
No, the wall is a pale blue.
Yeah, still no, huh? No
Still,
foreign objects.
no. The dog is just insane.
Sure.
I think that's something they don't tell you about a corgi, is that they're just insane.
Mm-hmm.
Period. But whatever. He's fine now. He's laying at my feet as we record, so it's all good.
Excellent.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, man. It's been a busy week. What have you been up to other than the motorcycle?
Work, dude. Just
Yeah.
work. Yeah, it's been unreal.
Yeah.
There's a lot of changes going on, and not very much communication, and so it goes with all big businesses and things like that. It's like just trying to clean up fires as they approach. Like, wow, we have to deal with that too. Like nobody has a method for this. So, it's been a lot of that, but yeah, man, that's about it. I'm foggy today. I'm tired. It's just work, short weekends, long work weeks. It's crazy. Summer's coming though, so that's exciting.
That is exciting.
Yeah.
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 Well, very cool, man. Very cool.
Yeah. What are you up to?
Oh man. Well, working on some more publicity for the Haggle Champ.
Mm-hmm.
So reached out to 200 consumer blogs over the last weekend, and into this,
Mm-hmm.
and just trying to get us some coverage and see what's going on. And interesting. Had some good responses. A lot of blog postings they charge you quite a bit of money for, which I guess I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, it makes sense. They got to make their money.
Right.
So that was interesting. Definitely got to pick and choose which ones we want to do if we decide to do any of them, but that's probably a topic for not on air. But
Yeah, it seems that I found that every blog post that wants to, publish content about you seems to think that they're the only publication that's read on planet Earth.
mm,
So it's like, oh, okay, well, what's the reach look like? Well, millions, possibly, maybe we're hoping.
right.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's only $2,000? No thanks.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So whatever, it is what it is, but we'll definitely talk about it and see what we decide to do. And then working on our own blog post, got invited to write a piece for a magazine, so I'm excited about that.
Mhm.
To talk about the history of car sales, and a soft plug for Haggle Champ is what I was told, so that's fine. At least he gets us in there, and that's pretty cool, and that's exciting.
Yeah.
And then, the article that you and I have been banting about, and actually is going to be our discussion topic today, is a pretty interesting piece by Time Magazine about car sales. And pretty funny what, basically everything they talk about is the endorsement for Haggle Champ other than mentioning us because they probably don't know about us yet. So
Sure.
Pretty interesting.
Not yet.
Not yet, indeed.
Not yet.
Yeah. So
I guess I have been doing some back end stuff for the Champ this week too.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, I had a big meeting on a few systems migrations and things, but nothing service related, mostly tech related. So
I hear you, man.
yeah.
So do you want to tell everybody how to get a hold of us?
Nope. Not
Okay.
anymore. We're
Not
done
anymore.
with
Why?
that.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm on Twitter. If you guys want to get a hold of me, at Dan Reyes.
Nope.
No.
Not happening.
No, I'm not tricking you into this.
No, I am on Twitter, Angel Aspects 21. You can pester me personally. You can also find this very show, this program you're enjoying right now. You can tweet at us at any time, and that's FFF. That's 3 Fs. F is in Foxtrot. FFF. So Foxtrot, 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 underscore.
Underscore what? Are you there?
Nation. I just wanted to hold that out there.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
And then
Mr.
obviously email
Kennedy.
the show. Yeah, email the show. Foundationsforfounders@gmail.com. It's exciting.
Right on.
Yeah.
Oh, you scared me there, man.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Coming at you like I'm in a drive-through window.
I felt like a spider monkey.
Juke. Diet Coke, and that's all you hear. And they're what?
That's always fun to do.
And Cherry's Jubilee, and that's it.
So I have a thing to tell you about that will shock and appall you, and I have not even told you this yet.
Okay.
Thursday night.
Yep.
I needed to get some food on the quick, and the only thing nearby was a Carl's Jr.
Okay.
And as a vegan, that is very difficult for me.
That's tough. That's tough sledding.
Right. Basically, the only thing I can eat there, from what I
Lettuce.
understand. No, not even, because if I do the salads, I think all they do is creamy ranch dressing, which is
Right.
dairy.
Yep. But just
And-
lettuce you can eat, right?
Just the lettuce I could eat, or
Yep.
oftentimes the French fries, because it's just oil and potatoes.
Okay.
But
And residue from everything else that was cooked in there all day long.
right.
Right.
But I got a whiff of a tasty burger,
Mm-hmm.
and I succumbed to the
Oh,
tasty burger.
yay!
Well,
Yay!
not so much.
Mm-hmm.
The next 2 hours after that, I felt so sick and so horrible.
Mm-hmm.
One, probably because I haven't eaten fast food in forever, and
Right.
two, I haven't eaten meat in forever, so the combination of the two just ripped my stomach apart.
Yeah, I would say if you're gonna go back into the meat game on I'm gonna starve if I don't eat something, maybe fast food meat is not the way to go.
No, probably not, but I was in a
Yeah.
hurry to get to somewhere else, so I had to do something, and I was starving, and that was really the only other option, so...
So it was just eggs and sausage for you all morning then, huh? You're back.
No, I'm not back. It's back to
No.
vegan.
That's disappointing a little bit.
Is it really?
And I'll say this, yeah, because, if we weren't supposed to eat animals, then why are they made out of meat? You know what I mean?
Sweet, delicious meat.
Yeah.
I hear that. What's that one shirt, the PETA shirts that says, people for eating tasty animals?
Sure.
Yeah, that would be you. Totally get that.
Grass. That's what my food eats.
Oh, yeah, I know. I get made fun of all the time for being vegan. It's not... And yes, this time I brought it up.
It's true.
Yeah, so totally my fault.
The show
But-
can't go by.
No, we can't. No, we can't. But...
So did you like pursue emailing Carl's Jr. and asking him if they could, employ some vegan options for you?
Well, I doubt the Carl's Jr. in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho has much options to tell corporate, hey, by the way, vegans want to eat your fast food junk.
Yeah, I'd assume that's not a popular vegan market.
No, it's not.
No.
Yeah.
Carl's Jr. is probably not high on their list.
No, it isn't.
But what are some of the, like you said, potatoes and oil are good, right?
Yeah, typically.
Or some other staples, just dry tortillas, because it's basically shortening and flour, and that's it. You can just eat tortillas all day, or...
Yeah, and it really depends on the type of shortening they use. If they use lard, then you can't really do that.
Uh-huh.
There is a Mexican local family kind of place that it's got a drive-through. Every now and then I'll go to them and get a veggie burrito because in theory everything is vegan, and I haven't really asked, and I probably should. But even that burrito kind of sometimes doesn't sit well with me.
Right.
And every now and then they forget and leave the cheese in. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever.
I find, a friend of mine doesn't eat cheese because he doesn't like cheese. And it's funny, every time we order any food, if we're together or something, no matter what, they're like, he didn't really mean no cheese, right? Like, we must have heard something else. And like 95% of the time they still put cheese in his food. And he's just like, I don't want cheese. But who doesn't like cheese? You know what I mean? So we're always giving him cheese because,
Yeah, I'm not against it. It's just, I don't know.
Yours is a dietary restriction. His is a personal preference, right?
Right,
so
right.
There's a difference there, but
there is a difference there.
But yeah, I don't know. It's like, yeah, man, how do you not eat cheese or enjoy it? I don't know.
Well, okay, instead of talking about diets and all that, we should probably talk about business stories because we are a business podcast.
We could do that, yep.
Yeah, for sure. So let's get into our first story today, and
Okay.
it comes from TheVerge.com, and the headline reads, Apple Watch pre-orders surpasses 2.3 million units, claims new estimate. So essentially what this article is saying is that an analyst named Ming Chai Ku from KGI Securities is estimating that Apple should sell about, or has pre-sold already, 2.3 million Apple Watches, and will likely reach that total of actual sold ones by the end of May, with the Apple Sports Watch, Apple Watch, and Apple Watch Edition representing respective orders already allocated to 85%, 15%, and less than 1%. So the sports watch would be the most popular of them all.
What if it's terrible?
That's my thought as well. Siri wasn't great coming out the gate,
Yeah.
And so that was part of the issue that I'm kind of worried about. But if these numbers are true, that would make the Apple Watch already the biggest smartwatch in the market, hands down. The next kind of biggest one is by Pebble, which has sold over 1 million watches, and then some of the Android devices have sold about 750,000. So that would make the Apple Watch far and away the biggest watch in the space.
So at the beginning of the year, we did our business market guesses, right? Like what do we think this year is going to bring? Are you still holding to the fact that you think by the year's end we're going to see the demise of the wearable tech like this?
I do.
These are big numbers.
I know they're big numbers. I know they are. But I still go with that because of the people I know and of the reviews and people talking about wearing their Android wearables that they've had that have been out, the majority of them don't wear them on a day-to-day basis. They wear them every now and then to kind of use them for fun. It's kind of a status symbol thing. And I think that's what's going to happen with the Apple iWatch. And maybe, this first round sells really good. But when they're on, Apple iWatch 2 and 3 and 4, I think you'll see the sales start to slide a little bit. And I think those people who really like it will stick to it. But I think it's going to be far more niche. I think wearables where they'll be popular and useful will be more when you can't even tell it's embedded. So like if you're wearing a gym t-shirt that tracks your heart rate, or running shoes that can track your mileage of your steps and your pedometer and all that.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, I think that kind of wearable innovation, yeah, that'll be amazing, and that'll be
So
used
we're basically going to become Mercedes, right? Walking around
right,
like the car. Yeah.
yeah. So I think that kind of stuff will be popular, but this where it's gimmicky, I don't think that will ultimately.
Yeah, I agree 100% with your phrasing of status symbol.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all that's appealing to this for me. I mean, I'll always give Apple some praise in the fact that like they're responsible for USB. So hey, cool.
Right.
But I don't. It's such a status symbol to pre-order something that's I don't know. But that's how they make money, right? Like, hey,
Right.
let's just release another iPhone or this or that. Or I mean the evolution has gone directly to phone. It's not like we see commercials for iPods anymore. You know what I mean?
Well, and I think Apple has gotten away from what made them so popular initially. Initially, they were the best with customer service, you know?
Hmm.
If you had an issue, you could go down to the Genius Bar and absolutely get it taken care of. Now, more and more people complain about how they can't get anything done, their iPhones or iPads or iMacs are crashing, or I hear that more and more,
Right.
and I'm hearing more and more of the grumblings. So I think if Google got it together with the Chromebooks, they could really take a swing at them, you know? Or if Windows 10 is everything that Microsoft promises it could be, they could, gain back some market share. But I really don't think or Microsoft has that ability at this point. I think it's going to have to come from a smaller company who's hungry, you know?
Well, yes and no, I guess. I mean, they have a chokehold on their own marketplace, right? Like,
Right.
Google has crushed Apple, period, no matter what, because they cater to a market that doesn't want to spend, $1,000+ an item on mobile devices. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, so, okay, well, we have, several different hardware manufacturers, some better than others, and it's all running off of it's hard for me to say open source platform these days.
Mm-hmm.
Easy to use, very recognizable, and you can go from, HTC to the OnePlus One to a Motorola phone in the same year, and you're not lost because it's the same backbone operating system with a few goodies baked in that are brand specific. Apple certainly has the trendy, beautiful hardware. You know what I mean? Like that's great, but operating systems in the modern household today are still owned by Microsoft.
Right.
Like, I mean, owned that
Right.
market. So while Apple has taken a bite out of this and that, I kind of feel like they're exactly where they've always been in that respect. The innovation part and the gadget part is kind of cool because they are tuning up new things. But, some of the grumblings too are that there are more and more and more security holes in Apple's framework where there didn't always used to be, And so
Oh,
there it
Doug.
is. There it
Yep.
is.
He's barking at the door now.
Sure.
Hey, buddy, stop. It's okay. It's just a door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
Anyways.
there anything behind the door?
No, there's nothing behind the door.
Of course not. Nope. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like this wearable thing. You're probably right. They can take a swing at the wearable markets. Because they're Apple and because people line up out the door days in advance, and they can sell 2.3 million units before the product is even on the shelf.
Right.
That says something, right?
Right. Absolutely.
So sure, but I don't know. I'm overall not a huge Apple guy, and so you'll find me naysaying for the point of being a fanboy to another brand. You know what I mean? Where it's kind of unfounded, but this is cool, I guess.
It's great. Yeah. I mean, I have an iMac. I have an iPad. I use Apple devices. That being said, I also have a PC and I have an Android tablet and I have an Android phone. So like, I kind of feel like I walk in all the worlds in that respect. And I honestly don't feel like any one of those three is superior to the other. It's just they each have got their strong suits and I use them for different tools,
Right.
So I don't know. But the iWatch, man, I don't know.
But you're exactly right. Like, you're the modern consumer. People buy these things for different reasons, right?
Right.
So in that respect, like, you have found the best tool that fits each individual technology need. I don't really think there will come a time where there's going to be an all-in-one everything device. They'll try.
Right.
The big players will all try, but I don't see it. You can kind of see Microsoft trying their damnedest with Windows 8 and Xbox and all that stuff to make these platforms cross-compatible with, the all-in-one entertainment side of stuff. And they have some successes and some failures, but I really don't think there's going to be, the mega device that just, takes over everything.
Yeah.
I think your content being shared through third-party platforms and cloud platforms and stuff is probably going to make that easier on no matter what brand device you have. But then you get into licensing squibbles and things like that. So, but yeah, we'll see. Interesting. Yeah. Watch. Cool. Are you going to get one?
No.
No, I'm not going to get one either. Yeah.
All right, well, let's move on to the next story.
Mm-hmm.
So the next story comes to us from news4jax.com.
Sure.
And the headline reads, Lowe's won't honor $298 price on refrigerator.
Okay.
Couple is pushing store to honor huge markdown. So the story goes like this. There's a Lowe's in Jacksonville, Florida, who printed up a sign and put that a refrigerator, which was normally priced at $2,999, had been discounted all the way down to $298. Mm-hmm. So 90% off. Yeah.
3,000 down to $200.
Down,
$300.
3,000 down to $300.
Yeah.
So 90% savings. So this couple is looking around, looking for a refrigerator, sees that sign and goes, "Well, yeah, we'll get that."
Mm-hmm.
And apparently the store manager and sales associates told the couple, "Oh, sorry, it was technically a misprint, so we can't honor that price." But if you look at the sign, it says was $3,000, now $300, savings of $2,701. So even if it was a misprint, everything is there,
Mm-hmm.
And if it's an advertised price, you kind of have to honor it,
Right.
I get, like, okay, she got the lucky one, let her get her, let the couple get their refrigerator and, remove that sticker, remove that label right now, But the couple has lawyered up because Lowe's only offered to sell them the refrigerator for $1,700, and then also offered the couple a $100 gift card on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
So they were willing to go down to 48%, something like that.
Right.
Down, off of it, but still, that's not $300 for that refrigerator.
Nope.
Wow. Lowe's is such a big company, really, this doesn't matter to them, Like.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of things, even if they would get in some hot water for liquidating something through a manufacturer that gave them the wrong price point or whatever, at least they counter-offered something at all, I guess.
Right.
If they were to just be like, no, then I would probably pursue that. The strange part is that nobody ahead of time noticed $3,000 / $300. Now savings of $2,701. I mean, that's pretty pointed, right?
Right.
So in that case, I mean, from a customer service standpoint, I don't know if they're franchised or not. I doubt it. But, if it was a franchise, I'm sure they'd be like, yep, you got me there. You know what I mean? And just make the problem go away. Because, $2,700 is probably, I don't know what the average, that might be a good Google question, what the average, receipt price is for a consumer walking out of Lowe's, but it's got to be pretty high. You go to Lowe's because you're doing house projects and building a deck or painting your house or, you know what I mean?
Right.
Gardening, whatever, what have you. So I assume,
Lawn
I'm pretty sure 2 or 3 customers later they could make that back and just call it a day. But be weird to see, like, has this gone anywhere since that, or this is just
the couple's lawyered up. They're fighting it. They just say they want their refrigerator for $300. and they say it's the principle of the matter. It's not so much anything else.
Mhm.
But I think for all the bad press Lowe's is getting, they might as well just eat it and get it done, you know. And even Lowe's corporate says, here, I'll read the statement from Lowe's corporate. We strive to be accurate, and however unintentional errors may occur, we reserve the right to correct any error. In the interest of customer service, we've reached out to Mrs. Franklin to explain our policy. We offered an apology and resolution, which Mrs. Franklin refused.
Mhm.
So corporate's even sticking to their guns on this one.
Yeah.
Which that surprised me of anything, you know?
Yeah, because it's bad press,
Yeah.
right? And
You think they just make you go away?
yeah, the corporate spokeswoman Karen Cobb,
Mhm.
probably should think about the attention this would get. I don't think it's national attention, but it's on our podcast, so it is now.
Right.
But that I don't know. It's crazy. I mean, what do you think if they had instead of salespeople helping customers, and instead they had robots at that concept store? What do you think the robot would have done?
The robot would say, "Do not compute."
Mm-hmm.
That would be the end of it.
That's it, right?
Right.
Danger, Will Robinson. Smoke rolling out of its, parts. And just
For
overload.
sure.
Yeah. Too much money.
All right. Well, let's get to our last news story
Sure.
for the day. And this comes to us from news.com.au.
Okay. That's
And-
Australia.
This is Australia.
Uh-huh.
And it's 8 quirky cafes from around the world.
Okay.
So it is a list, so we'll definitely post this in the show notes,
Mhm.
and people can take a look at the list. And I figured we'd just highlight a few of the, maybe pick a couple of our favorite quirky cafes from around the world. Is there any specific one you wanted to highlight first?
No, because we covered this story in a previous podcast, like the serial killer.
Right, the serial killer one we talked about.
Yeah.
But the laundromat cafe in Copenhagen.
That's a weird one.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
You can do your laundry and buy food.
I think it's awesome.
They serve over 40 types of beer, which is actually interesting.
It's weird, but it's awesome.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. That one surprised me. The what was the one that I really thought was really funny? The one in,
Cabbages and condoms in Bangkok.
that is such a weird mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tongue-in-cheek humor.
Well, and the wall is decorated with condoms.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
Wow.
see where I would enjoy going there and ordering food.
Well, and the owner of it says he just wants people to consider condoms as casual as they think of cabbage. So that's why he's put them together. And this is my other favorite
Yeah,
part.
the delivery on that idea is weird
Yeah,
in the form
right?
of this restaurant. Yeah.
Well, and then did you see the thing about what you get with your bill at the end of the night? You don't get after dinner mints, you get condoms.
Yep.
Like, here you go.
Mhm.
Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Sure.
The other one that I thought was really weird was the modern toilet in Taiwan.
Yeah.
We've talked about these toilet cafes before, where your food comes in a mini toilet and
Yeah.
you eat out of it.
Mhm.
That's just so weird to me.
Yeah.
And I know they've made one of these in LA, a restaurant like this.
Mhm.
And no,
It's just yeah. Yeah.
Right.
These are weird business ideas, sir.
These are very odd business ideas.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely put the rest of them in the show notes,
Of
and
course.
people can look and
Yeah.
get a hold of us and let us know what cafe they would like.
Oh, the
or
pictures
what...
are divine.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. What would be your mix for a cafe? What would you put together? Like a weird cafe like this.
Oh, the International House of Toast. IHOT. Easily, burn toast, French toast, untoasted toast. You could just have bread if you wanted to. Toast crumbs.
Wouldn't that be raw toast?
Yeah, raw toast,
Yeah.
And then you could put a little disclaimer about how eating raw foods may, not be advisable and stuff on the little menu. And then, toast crumbs. Oh, yeah, it's the International House of Toast. You could just you could just put barbecue sauce on toast if you wanted to. You could have a Outback toast. You could have, Cajun toast and just burn it. And sure.
That sounds amazing to me.
Hands down.
Did you get French toast?
Well, did we cover that? Did I tell you where I would put this restaurant?
No, you have not told me.
Okay, so yeah, typically you'll find when you stay at hotels across America that are like the quality in suites comes to mind. For example, there's always an IHOP out in the parking lot,
right?
And so you can kind of like do the breakfast on your stay and then be on your way, which is a good slogan. Right. I, however, would like to open an IHOT in the parking lot of the Quantity Inn Suites, which is what I decided, where the slogan would be, we almost always have vacancy, because in every room you could just double book a bunch of guests into bunk bed scenarios, where it's like, 1/4 of the size, and then like probably the entire floor has to share one bathroom and stuff.
Like a hostel?
Yeah, kind of, yep. And then, but just bunk beds and like, everything's overpriced, and it's like, yeah, but this room's empty. Can we just have that? No. And nothing's quality about your stay. It's just quantity. And then head on out tomorrow morning after a rough night's sleep on a bunk bed to the IHOT.
Wow.
International House of Toast. I think I'm onto something here.
I think you might be.
Sure.
I think I would combine something that is like a really heavy breakfast, and then you have to do an insane cardio workout afterwards.
There you go.
And just
in that order.
if you can, and if you can keep it down, you don't pay.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
You could have drill sergeants for waiters and stuff that just start shouting at you to drop and give them 20 right after. Yeah.
Yeah, like they encourage you to get the biggest breakfast possible and then laugh at you later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like that's the way to go.
Oh, that's horrible. I love it.
Right?
Yeah.
It would be the worst and the best at the same time.
Yeah, that's obnoxious and painful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think it would last long.
Well, for a while, I wanted to make a run at Dairy Gold, right? The big brand that, you're standing, what ice cream am I going to get? There's Dairy Gold. Mine, 1 penny more. 1 penny more. Dairy Platinum, right? Dairy Platinum is right next to Dairy Gold.
I'd go 5 cents cheaper and go Dairy Silver.
Yeah. Dairy Bronze, which is just, the leftovers or whatever.
Right.
I think we're flying off the rails with this, but
totally.
Yeah, let us know what your guys' ideas are for a quirky restaurant. You can reach out via email, foundationsforfounders@gmail.com. You can tweet at us a little bit. That's FFF_nation, or myself personally is Angel Aspects 21.
And I'm at Dan Reyes. Mm-hmm. Well, let's take a break and then we'll come back with our discussion topic.
Excellent.
Buying a used vehicle can be very stressful, but HaggleChamp.com makes it much easier. At HaggleChamp.com, all you have to do is tell us what make, model, and year that you're after, and we'll alert our dealer network. Our dealers will give you their offer, and you can declare your #1 contender. That's the offer you like the best so far. This then re-notifies the dealer network and encourages them to give you an even better deal. It's free to use, so head over to HaggleChamp.com. That's HaggleChamp.com.
Welcome back, Founder Nation. I am Angel in Seattle.
And I am Dan in Post Falls.
Yeah, we're glad that you're back with us. This, of course, brought to you by HaggleChamp.com, where you can buy like a champ, save like a champ.
Totally. Totally.
Yeah.
And
quirky wrestling.
Oddly enough, we have more of a reason to talk about Hagglechamp today because of our discussion topic.
Sure do.
So our discussion topic comes from Time Magazine, which we had said comes from Time Magazine, and really interesting article that just came out a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And the headline reads, "There's a good indication of how much people hate car dealerships." And basically, this article is based off of a survey that was done. Now looking at it again, it doesn't exactly say when the survey was done. I'm guessing recently.
Yeah.
I doubt they did something that was months ago or years ago. But they surveyed about 10,000 people from the U.S. and other countries, and what they found was about 3/4 of the people if given the opportunity, would make the entire car buying process online, including financing, price negotiations, back office paperwork, and home delivery. Essentially, customers are fed up with car dealerships and dealing with it. You know, some of the countries that express more interest in online car buying would be Brazil. Brazil had a 90% acceptance rate for online car buying. Brazil had 75%. China had 90%. You know, U.S. had a high percentage as well. Some of the ones that had lower, kind of surprising, was Germany and France. Germany was only 45%, and France was 35% of online car buying acceptance. But basically, what it looks like is
these are countries that actually go out and do stuff, though.
Right.
They don't just sit at home on the internet all day like we do.
Right. Well, that's true.
Right?
We do.
Like,
yeah.
That's just kind of, you know, a lifestyle thing. I feel like. I could be way wrong because we don't know where this report came from. It could be exactly how valuation for businesses is determined, which is, I don't know, we just kind of stab at it.
Poke at it till we get something.
We just guess, basically. Yeah.
Hit it with a pinata, something like that.
Food for thought, nation.
Oddly enough, from the last story, last week, about how they just make up the numbers, you know, it could be
just
accurate.
Make it up.
Just make it up.
I don't know.
Yeah, let's say Haggle Champ's $1 billion company.
For you? 100 million? Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
100 million, and then bells go off, and you know, phones start getting shouted through, and you know, it's just like it is in Boiler Room. That's how I picture it. It's valuation day. Anyway.
Yes.
But yeah.
Anyway.
A large majority of people say the internet is mucho bettero, and why not? What else do you buy from the internet that you have no control over?
You know, it's right.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I don't like this. I get to send it back. This is exactly the color I wanted. I'm ordering the size, the shape. I'm scouring other businesses to see who can get it to me at a cheaper price. I'm going to go through a big banner to order it from, so I have security and protection for my shipping. Amazon. But it's how it works. That's exactly how the rest of the world works. If you buy stuff online, it's typically very streamlined. You know, the early days was rough, right? It's typically very streamlined. It's easier to do. You can get all of your ducks in a row and things in order. Consumers know exactly what they want right now, and they don't have to wait anymore. They don't have to wait. They just go elsewhere and buy it online, right? You know, even if it's a higher price for whatever consumable item. Well, you don't have it, but I still want it, and this website has it, and there you go. So this is a very interesting article to me in the sense that this is an industry that we are very much involved in that is still I don't want to say stuck in the Stone Age, but you get my drift, for, you know, lack of a better euphemism for it or whatever, but
right.
Like you can't do that with cars. I mean, now more and more you can get on cars.com, and you know, it's like it's starting, the wave is coming. But why not? Why wouldn't 75%, 90%, you know, why wouldn't these numbers come back as such? I'm not shocked in that at all.
Me either. Well, so like one of the quotes of the article, let me just read this and tell me if it reminds you of any company that maybe we run. Customers indicate that they would like to see a big change in the way they go about negotiating a deal structure. Of those who like the idea of online deal building, with over 56% of them want the ability to start the negotiation on their own terms, preferably online, and 45% would like to remain anonymous until they lock in the deal structure.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we do.
It's exactly what we do. Yeah.
I mean, that is exactly what we do. It's not even funny.
Time magazine.
Yeah.
Bringing it home. Yeah, it's great. I mean, the article also states, you know, for many buyers, buying a car at a dealership is too much of a confusing, high pressure, and unreasonably long process, and they're right. Like, I've bought several cars in my lifetime, and I know exactly what the process is when we're gonna, unquotes, go talk to the finance guy and be right back. And then they just let you sweat it out in the showroom while they're back there laughing about whatever they watched on TV last night, because they know exactly what they're going to sell you the car for and what they're not going to budge on, you know. And so it further states it's easy to see how preferable how it's preferable to haggle over prices and options and review the fine print at one's leisure in front of a screen rather than surrounded by salespeople, and their let me talk to the manager games, exactly what I described. So absolutely, it's interesting this is getting coverage because of this. There has to have been a poll to kind of initiate the story, right? I'd love to see where they're going from. But they start to highlight some other folks and folks that we've met over at Auto Trader and, different avenues, big box avenues you can go to. TrueCar is a very interesting business idea, and it's bringing the market value of the car that you want down to the average, right? Like it's bringing everybody to an average price. And I know they base it on a bunch of different things, and at the end of the day, the only quirky part about all of this, as everybody that's bought a car that's listening to the show knows, it does come down to, how much money you have that you're putting down on the car, how much credit you're eligible for, what the APR is, how long the loan term is, or I have, a pocket full of cash and I'm just going to buy it outright. It will always come to that because every individual financial situation is different for everybody, right? That's just life. But bringing everybody down to the average is kind of an interesting idea, and people are using it, and you're seeing this more and more and more, and it's sort of bringing to light, I feel like, each of these companies, not just ours. Every company that's involved in this is bringing to light the fact that the car buying process needs to change, right? Because
it needs to innovate.
There's just not big outcry for people to not buy a car unless they're going to do it online yet, to kind of force the hand. But yeah, it's appealing to bring this as a discussion topic because it's exactly what we do. But I think even if we had nothing to do with Haggle Champ, it is interesting enough and stands on its own enough to realize that, these are huge numbers, right? And people are expecting more and more convenience, and that's kind of just the way that consumerism is going now. I mean, we covered Black Friday in the sales dip because of online stuff, and it's the way it's going.
Yeah, so they've got to innovate and got to go with it.
Bingo, Accenture survey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and if you click on that, it'll take
the
you to
executive
PDF,
summary of Accenture's. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But I guess Scion is trying to come up with a car buying process that takes less than 2 hours.
Yeah, that was a cute quote.
Yeah, that's nice, but it's still 2 hours. Like if you could just show up, everything all ready to go, and then you just buy the car, fill out the paperwork, and go. That's which is what we offer.
The quote from their who said that? It was Doug Murtha, their brand chief, right?
Yeah.
Says it's attempting to make car purchasing to feel more like buying an iPad. Well, there you go.
Right.
Let's just pre-order the car, and it happens. Right. This is more like high-end exotic and luxury cars are pre-ordered and built per consumer because of a limited run, right?
Well, and that's how they do it more in Europe too.
Sure. And that's also why it's challenging to draft a business strategy on new cars for what we do. Just a little business insight, right? We're Foundations for Founders. Why not? Why jump into a market? In my personal opinion, why jump into a market where I can go to? Let's use Scion, and we'll stay in that vein. I can go to Scion, pick the color, pick the trim, pick the rims, pick the type of seat that I want. Multiple options on sunroof if they've got it, model specific, whatever, blah blah blah, and get the car I designed on my computer, sent to the dealership, and then go deal with all of that, right?
Right.
So, it would be very challenging to do a new car, haggling process, so to speak. But more cars are being sold used, obviously, than new, and that's sort of what we're focused on. But interesting that newer cars seem to be bought, and I'd love to see a survey on that. But it feels to me, at least with consumers I know personally that are buying new cars, that they're more and more going to the internet to design, what they want instead of cruising through the lot to pick, the right color or the right whatever. And oftentimes, even if you do, the sales guy will offer you the option that you're looking for and say they can have that sent to the dealership and you can pick it up next week or tomorrow or however fast they can get it there. So.
Right. And sorry, the dog is barking like crazy. Apparently, he doesn't like high prices.
No,
Um,
he doesn't.
no, he doesn't. Or the door.
Sure.
Again, it's the door.
Mhm.
But anyways, yeah, it's so funny because have I told the story yet on our show why I started Haggle Champ? What the genesis was?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So I think that story is this too in a way.
Yep.
You know, and I think once more and more consumers use a product like ours or uses what I did, um,
Well,
it'll
give
be
him
more
a
of a benefit.
synopsis, though.
Okay, so basically all I did was the whole idea what started Haggle Champ was I was in the market for a car. I emailed like I don't know 50, 60, 100 dealerships around a region, and basically I told them this is what I want, this is how I want it. You all know, whoever gets me the best offer at the end of the month wins, and they went nuts. So after that experience, I knew this was the way to buy a car, and from there we decided to build Haggle Champ.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's why Haggle Champ's like this. And part of the reason why, you know, even in this article that talks about protecting the consumer's privacy until they're ready to make a purchase,
Yep.
that was an idea I had from my experience because to this day, and it's been like a year and a half later, I am still getting hounded by car dealerships wondering if I'm still in the market.
Right.
I would say every day I get at least 3 emails from car dealerships, some sort of promotional ad, and every now and then I get a phone call,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all because of what I did back then.
Right.
You know, so it's nonstop. And
Yep. So what
and-
we do is prevent that from happening.
exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
And you can still negotiate in the whole
Yeah.
deal. And as much as all that sounds like a commercial, it's just reality.
Yep.
And that's what we want to do for you. And you know, if there's any car salesman listening to this and starting to get angry or feel threatened, we're not here to do that for you. You know, you can join our network and start talking to these customers who want your help.
Yep. Because even still, like at the end of the day, the consumer needs to go to the dealership to pick up the product, sign the papers. That's it.
Right.
So the first time they
Right.
leave the couch is when they do the test drive. Even when you're counter bidding against other car dealerships, you still have the ability to figure out, you know, all of the financing is left to you, all of the, you know, unless the consumer comes with their own cash out of pocket or their own private financing, you know, none of that's in, you know, we take a bite out. It's just an easier way to get driven bids directly to you, so you can sell a higher volume of cars. So, you know,
Right.
worry less, stress less, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's the last key to the whole process, that as I go through this in my head, that they kind of still hold all the keys for, literally, is the test drive, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that's one of those things where you know can't really test drive it on the internet, but it's an easier way to purchase another consumable good.
Right. Well,
and it's
and
the demand for it, according to even this article now with Time Magazine, is there.
Right. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Well, is there any other closing points you'd like to make on this, or
Other than, did we talk about you being a vegan yet? We did. Okay.
we did?
Okay, we
Yes,
covered
and how I ate
that.
a hamburger, and
Yeah,
you made
that's
fun of me
true.
for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to
Yeah.
make sure that was
And
out there.
I am drinking some fine vegan coffee right
Well,
now.
there you go. Excellent.
Yeah.
Except
some almond
for
milk.
the taste, I'm sure it's excellent.
It tastes great.
I'm sure. That's what what I said.
You do not believe me at all.
No, not even close.
I know you
Yeah.
don't. I know you don't at all. No, it's just some caramel flavored coffee with
Mhm.
a little bit of cinnamon
Oh, cinnamon.
and some
Wow.
and some almond milk. It's really good.
Sure. It sounds divine.
You're such a liar right now. You're such a
Oh,
liar.
man. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. So anyways, I guess that's pretty much wrapping it up for the show tonight, or today, or whenever it is I edit this and put it online.
There you go.
It'll be today. It's just I have so many things to do, people. You have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
But well, thanks everybody for listening. And if you want to get a hold of me, I'll give you my Twitter handle one more time.
Yeah.
At that totally caught me off guard. It's at Dan Reyes.
Excellent. I'm at Angel Aspects 21. We are at FFF_nation. Or drop us a line and let us know what you're all about. And that's foundationsforfounders@gmail.com.
And you know what? I would love to hear people's thoughts on this article
Mm-hmm.
and what we're doing and get their input. It would be awesome to hear. So, all right. Well, that's another edition of Foundations for Founders.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Later.
Everybody's got a price. Everybody's gonna pay. 'Cause the $1 Million Man